Mike White, Dialpad. I am here to have a conversation with you guys. This isn't a presentation. Let's have a conversation. I have 90 slides. I will skip 10 for every question. So since you're done choking over here, I know you're gonna have a question for me. 10 slides, right? Deal? Good deal. So Dialpad is an all-in-one communication solution. Everything your organization needs to communicate internally, externally, with customers, and including some stuff that we're launching now for digital associates to communicate on your behalf when you're not available or when your organization is even overwhelmed. So if you take a look, you're going to have a single pane, if you will, that's going to take care of everything from your basic conversations all the way through AI assisted conversations. So I'm a contact center person. It's where I cut my teeth. That's my background. But I'm going to try not to use the terms contact centers and agents because we're moving into an environment today where it's not necessarily the role of the person. It is what tools they need to do the role that they are doing for your organization. So some of these are going to be our low tier license, mid tier license, higher tier licenses, but you're going to see that we have an AI solution to help with all of communications. And since everybody raised their hands when we talked about Microsoft, we do have Teams integration. We can work with those guys. We can power that solution as well. However, we definitely believe that this is a far better solution for all of your individuals in your organization. You notice we break things up, as you might see, in inbound and outbound. And what you're going to have is on the middle of the screen, we're going to take this last bit of offline data, if you will, which are all this voice conversations in your organization, and we're going to create a searchable record or searchable database for those conversations. How many of you have ever had to go back and listen or look for a recorded conversation ever? How pleasant was it? So I'll tell you the experience I used to have. Contact center manager, I get an escalation. Joe was really mean to me. I've now got to go pull that call. I've got to listen to that call. That call was an hour and 15 minutes long. At an hour and 10 minutes is where I'd always find whatever somebody complained about. How useful for anybody's time is that sort of thing?
Should have started at the end.
It would have been perfect. But with the now, because it's digital, you can search it. I can look for that moment. I can look for that conversation. All of those things. I can find a needle in a stack of needles very, very quickly. Whereas in the past, it was all manual drudgery. And we all record these calls because compliance says we have to. But nobody ever goes and looks at them because it's miserable. So all of the data that your clients are telling you on a day-to-day basis, we're going to surface that information so that now you can bring it to light and have some impact on your organization with these business conversations that you're having every day. Any questions?
This is all voice-based stuff. It's not like an Outlook replacement, right?
No.
Okay.
It is digital. We can route email traffic through ours. So if you want to assign it, right, to make sure everybody's doing work equally, that is absolutely there. But no, we're not replacing that. 10 slides gone. So with that being said, we do consolidate a few things. We were talking about application sprawl. I'm not going to dig into all of this. We can have conversations later, but we have certain aspects of all of these solutions inside of our platform so that if you are looking at your contracts today and you're potentially spending XYZ dollars on one of those solutions on the far side, we may be able to come in, consolidate, and save, and have a better experience as well. So just a few of the solutions that are inside of our solution. I won't dig into all of those. I'll show you a few of these on a live demo here in a second. But I will tell you, how many of you guys have sales in your organization? And let's get them all up, because if you're not selling something, you're not in business. But we have this concept of a playbook, right? So for everything you do, I can give you your Hansel and Gretel breadcrumbs to follow through to have a conversation. Well, what if that conversation changes? mid-conversation? What if you need to do something different? Just change the playbook. Now, we don't have to memorize everything. We don't have to be all professional robotic. So all of this stuff is occurring by your digital sidekick. Now, when we're in a conversation, we can bring all of our personality, all of our empathy, all of our humanity. We can be present. I'm not scribbling notes to try to remember something all the time because my sidekick is right there with me, taking care of all of that for me.
Are you able to kick it and say, oh, I'm gonna remember this, and it kicks it out for you? It's like something to follow up on. Maybe it didn't grab it for the alert itself. Are you able to see the real-time transcript or alert stuff and go, oh wait, you missed that, or it missed that?
Absolutely. 10 more slides go. So some of the ROI that we've seen, I would just like to touch on this one because this is internal. The 30 hours over our internal QA team saved from doing quality reviews on conversations, right? So it's not just, a solution that we look out for you guys. It is tested through us, for us every day before anything gets out to you guys. And again, if you've ever listened to a phone call, you know how miserable it is. So that 30 hours QA is big. Everybody has these slides. I like this one because, again, I'm a big fan of some of the ones up there. I definitely like to eat at one of the restaurants there. It's about 10 minutes from my house. And then some of the ways we differentiate, remember I was kind of telling you guys, we have the roles, but the license types. And these are organizations as they use them. So as I said a moment ago, you see we have Cell. And if you look at the chargers, what do you think the chargers possibly might be doing with their system? It was taking notes, showing them how to sell a seat, showing them how to sell a suite, all of those things.
Upselling people from
I'm looking
season
for 10
tickets
more.
to
Yes. And the beauty is, what if I don't know the view from that suite? Well, we can pop that in during real time. Or we can give them assistant and make it a searchable database to make all of those happen in real time. But what I'll say is the key is we didn't displace their entire telephony staff. Their sales organization chose Dialpad because of what it could do for their sales team alone. And they were able to consolidate 2 other platforms and remove those.
Can I make a shameless plug?
Yes.
Go back one. So my family has extended family all over the world
Yes.
because of EF, and y'all ought to look into it. Post exchange kits. There you go. That's it. Shameless plug.
They're one of our favorite customers, and they probably sign additional things because of their growth with us on a quarterly basis.
Yeah.
They're a fantastic organization.
And my wife's the director with them now. She's
Okay.
using your tools every day in my house.
Then I was about to say, hopefully she's happy. Well, not necessarily.
both of y'all sing.
Yeah.
She's not complaining about Dialpad.
Well, I can help you with the other part. I've been married for a while too. Mine definitely complains about me, so I can tell you how to cope. Not how to prevent the complaining, but how to cope.
So you got a playbook for that?
Yeah, and I don't do well with it. Memory scores are low. No. And I'm sorry, I think you were saying something else.
Oh, what does EF do? I haven't heard.
Education first. So they exchange kids. They have these nice educational tours as well. But part of why they came to Dialpad, think about this. You've just entrusted your child to an organization, and this organization shipped your child across the pond someplace, and now something happened and you're struggling to get in touch with them.
Now, are these actually small children or?
No, these are
College.
high school, yeah. So they were having communication issues, they came to us, and now we were able to solve that, and they just keep growing and growing with us. Thank you.
Yeah. I can tell you more later if you want to know
Yeah.
what it's like working with them as a family.
Brian, your question? Brian, your question?
Yeah, on the slide it said onboarding. So we're on the connect So I was just kind of
I'm
curious.
sorry, where,
Go forward one.
this one?
Yeah. So people share reduce onboarding time by 2.5 hours. I also have a dual role in HR, so
Okay.
that just is kind of appealing. So I'm kind of curious on how it reduces.
Probably your HR onboarding is different from the onboarding here. But like, I'm sorry, what's your name? Edward. Edward. I just hired Edward. We walked in up the street. He's my newest employee, right? I got 6 weeks of training that I have set up for him.
Right.
And I walk him through it. But what if I have an AI assistant on every conversation that he needs to participate in? So now instead of 6 weeks, I only need 4.
Gotcha.
So that's what we mean by reducing the onboarding time, because I don't need to teach you everything if I can have, if you will, just in time information at your fingertips when you need it.
It's fair. Thank you.
Yeah, sorry.
10 slides though, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How many of you guys are in here wearing Tecovas? All right, come on, put them up. Be proud. Nice.
What is it?
Tecovas boots. So they're one of our clients. They're here in Texas. Our largest office is over in Austin. We've been working with them quite some time. One of their supervisors were monitoring the calls one day and realized that they heard a request for some square toe boots. So they went back, pulled some reports, looked through some stuff, and found out it was a frequent request. They escalated up through their leadership change. It was already on their roadmap, but they pulled those boots forward because they had the data to say the demand was there. So now I'm told the square toe is their #1 selling boot. But then I was also told by other people who I know live in Texas, and you guys know better than I do, that square toe aren't real boots. Is that true? You're wearing some, so obviously you don't feel that way.
Yeah, no.
Good.
Yeah.
With all of us.
In Texas?
I've been
No, Louisiana.
Okay, well, there you go.
Oh, Louisiana, okay. Well, again, I'm in sneakers, so boots are out of subject for me. I have no clue.
If you get out of Texas without getting some though.
Yeah, no, I'm never, like, I got bad feet, I'm
We
old,
can
I'm
help
never
you out.
doing that. So, I removed all those slides. Now, let's take a look at the platform.
Yeah, thanks.
Can I ask you one more question?
Absolutely, well, I can't remove any more slides.
So
though.
the whole reason I'm with Procure IT is we work with Mercury Communications on a short-tail, MyTel based on-prem PBX.
Yeah,
Now, all these, at the time, tens of thousands of dollars worth of phones, can you even make use of those, or does it all go through the computer going forward?
so depending on the device, we may be able to use it. The level of use is going to vary. Most likely, probably just make it ring and nothing else will work. But if it's newer, then you would be able to have some features. But what I always tell people when they sign up and they're looking to buy, like, I don't care how many phones you think you need or you think your organization needs, buy a quarter of that number. And then let the people come to you and tell you why they need a phone. So over my career, what I've noticed is everybody sort of just defaults to what this thing right here. And so since the app is already on here and all of that stuff is there, and I've got this and this, I don't really ever look at a desk phone. But you're gonna have some PATs in the organization, and I use PAT because, PAT can be either or, that are going to want more. And you don't make it difficult, but you just make them request it. And that's gonna save you some dollars.
As long as they dial through the app, it shows their work number, not their cell number.
Absolutely. Through here, and then young man said he was in HR, so I'll also say this. Well, instead of always showing my personal number, what if I have a number to the HR department? I can make calls on behalf of HR. So even internally, they're not calling me back. They're calling this department that is known as HR. So we can give you all of these personas and we never mix them up. And so that data remains bifurcated for your particular roles. Wow. Are you playing me or not? Fine? Okay, good.
Does this look like a face playing with you right
No, because she shook it off. like baseball, she threw the signal and then she shook it off. I'm like, wait a minute. All right, Claire. I'm gonna put this in so that I can not bother everybody. And so as you can see, Claire's giving me a call.
Your call may be recorded or transcribed by us or service providers for system and quality training.
Hi, this is Mike. How may I help you? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Before we dig into it too much, can you tell me, what is your insurance provider? Fantastic. So I'm gonna put Claire on mute just so that we don't have a bunch of feedback. You guys noticed I had what is called live coaching card pop up during my conversation. This is going to be that data that is coming to your fingertips when you need it, as you need it. And if you notice, we don't accept Blue Cross, right? At the very bottom. So now, as an associate, I don't have to keep up with all this data in my head to know that Blue Cross has now screwed my organization out of all this money and we no longer accept them. Because what if Pat is at home with a sick child and we had to bring somebody from the back office up to the front to take those calls that day? Well, they don't know all of these things. So between these live coaching cards and, as I told you guys about a second ago, that playbook, which are the breadcrumbs for you to follow through a conversation to make sure you're getting everything. And the reason I use this healthcare demo is my wife's a nurse and I make fun of her that they don't actually care about people or anybody's healthcare. They just care about the insurance and getting paid. And she really, really does not like that. So I can really help you with that marriage thing.
And we're starting to see what he's
Yeah.
gonna win those conversations.
Yeah, so it is kind of what it is. But how much better would your life be if throughout your conversations, you had somebody taking the notes for you, automatically making sure you covered everything you needed to cover, and serving up data right when you need it?
Just the AI, when she said Blue Cross, it would have flashed up, we don't take Blue Cross.
So it popped up because I said insurance. It wasn't necessarily for Blue Cross, but if I wanted it to be Blue Cross, it could be Blue Cross. Now, I had foot surgery not long ago, so we could also say, in the sense of this AI assistant, I had these automatic live coaches cards coming to me when I need them. But what if I needed to ask an additional question? Sorry, I can't copy that.
Can only the user access this AI assistant can an IT person access their data, their AI assistant data? If I want to look up an old purchase number a salesperson was talking about, I'm going to log into their account.
Yes.
Instead of just
You-
logging in as them.
You have roles-based access, so
Okay.
we have everything from the company admin that can do everything.
So I can search all their conversations.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And in this world,
Not that I'm.
the sales coach or the supervisor would have access to their data as well, so they can see it. But if you notice, Proliance is also one of our customers, so I just asked that simple question, and now I'm able to give the customer the data. And if I wanted to write in here, I'm gonna make this difficult, but I'm just gonna go grab some stuff, and then I'm gonna send a text.
That's built into that.
Yeah. So everything that I needed to do to have this conversation, very easily roadmapped or guided through with my sidekick taking notes and then doing summaries, which I'm gonna hang up on Claire now. She's gonna be happy about that. As if I come back over here and look at my all, go back to one from yesterday. And you can see, it also gives me a very brief summary of the conversation that I can then put into the EMR, the EHR, Salesforce, HubSpot, Zendesk, Zoho, and thank you. That is my time.
One question.
Yeah, see?
So I spend a lot of time worrying about business continuity.
Yes.
So I had, and I wouldn't want to over-engineer it because you hope you're gonna have a good system that's not gonna have things that break
Yes.
very often.
Yes.
But if I have your system and let's say the AI widget that is all the brains for all the people who answer the call, if it's down for 4 hours, now what do those people do that don't have any playbook to look at? Is there some summary of those things saved somewhere so that So that in that case,
Yeah.
they're at least not just 100% dead in the water for those 4 hours.
Yeah, because like we show you how to put them together, and the AI is listening for it. The AI didn't design the playbook; it's just monitoring it. So your team, the supervisors, leaders, have all of the knowledge, and you guys could share that out as a Word document or anything along those lines. It's just not going to.
So that would be a procedural thing that someone using your system would just need to know, hey, once a quarter, you probably want to do
Yeah.
this.
But what I will say is we're based in Google Cloud Platform, and then we have some failover mechanisms. So I'm never going to say there's not an outage because in IT that somebody says that they're lying to you.
Yeah.
But our outages typically aren't more than a few.
And that's why I said,
Yeah.
I led with, I wouldn't want to over-engineer it,
Sure.
but when it does happen, and it
Yes.
will,
Yes.
the leaders are going to, well, why didn't you think of that? So that there could have been at least some basic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, business resiliency. We
Yeah.
have to go back to the old school.
Yeah.
The old ways, right?
But I think that, and this is a bigger problem than Dialpad, that it's everything that's starting to depend on everything AI. Your a chosen AI thing at some point is going to be down for half a day. At some point.
Yeah. I mean,
And people right now are just getting so dependent 100%, and that's gonna be a hard day.
and it's more coming because it's going to be you, the individual, with a team of AIs. This one's just going to be one of them,
Right.
right? We're all going to have.
Because it's probably gonna
50.
be the back end LLM that they're all depending on. It's gonna be half of everybody's stuff and down at the same time.
But like with Dialpad's not doing it for them, it's just doing it better.
Yeah.
It's still the same, the data, the subsets, the CRM, the information, all that. Like instead of them having to go retrieve information, it's delivering it the information, right? So it's just doing it faster, right? So the contact center is probably one thing. There's other automations that are probably going to be dependent upon within organizations that could probably, if they break, sort of workflow. This one, you just have to go back to go through some
Yeah.
pages and go figure out the information, go look for them.
Any other questions?
Kids